The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
What's up, everybody? Chris Record here. Hey, in the comments, can you hear me? Put a 1 in the comments if you can hear me loud and clear. Put a 1 in the comments if you can hear me loud and clear. Okay. Looks good. All right, perfect. Let me go ahead and share my screen really quick, and let's kick this off. By the way, if you guys are brand new here, this is the Six Figure Traffic Academy. Me and my team of experts, we do this every single Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so set that in your calendar. And it's actually on daylight time right now, 3 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And put that in your calendar every single Monday. If you attend live, then you're going to get to benefit from Q&A sessions. You'll get to benefit from different perks and different bonuses that we do live. And if not, what we do is we record these and we put the recordings in the members area, usually a couple days afterwards. You can access them at the Six Figure Traffic Academy members area, as well as the Facebook group. So looks like we got a ton of people on. People are logging in here. And what I want to do is I want to go ahead and kick this thing off by sharing my screen and get my screen sharing going. And then what I want to do is I want to start it off with a Q&A session. So let's go ahead and see here if I can make myself the presenter, show my screen. Okay, give me a 2 in the comments if you can see a Google Doc that says Six Figure Traffic Academy from Orlando, Florida. Perfect. All right, everybody can see it, so everybody can hear me, everybody can see me. We are good to go. So here's what I want to do. I want to start this off, and what I like to do occasionally is Q&A. I like to find out something about you and something about your business, and what I'll do is I'll poll right now, take a minute, and think of a really good question that could help you. Think of if you have a coach right now. You have somebody who is a successful internet marketer who can help you out with some coaching. What I want you to do is I want you to write down what are some questions and be as detailed as possible. What are some questions that can help you in your business? So take a minute, write down those questions, and what I'll do is I'll scroll through them and I'll put a few up here, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to answer these questions live with everybody here. So take your time, like I said, be as detailed as possible. Now we'll go through them. All right, perfect. Questions are starting to come in. Okay, you guys, ask your questions. This is your opportunity to get personalized training. So let's give it another minute. Let's get like maybe 20, 30 questions up, so I can start going through them. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, let me filter these questions. I'm starting to see questions come in. Let me filter these. If the question is regarding anything that support can answer, let's let support answer those. I want to try to do things that it's better if I answer it personally. So if there's anything that support can answer, I'm going to skip those, and I'm going to try to get stuff that I can answer personally. Okay. I see a lot of questions about Shopify. I see a lot of questions about drop shipping. Okay. So Shopify, drop shipping, Facebook ads for the jewelry niche. How do you help converting paid traffic? How can I drive traffic to my retirement financial planning services website? Facebook retargeting. How do I increase conversions from my emails? Okay, try to be as specific as possible. I'm reading through these questions. Sports-related membership site. What steps should I take to launch it? What's some fast ways to make money this month? Okay, let's see. What's the best type of Facebook ads if I want to sell t-shirts? All right. Tips on setting up opt-in pages without getting banned on Facebook. Okay. Questions about outsourcing. Questions about Shopify. Questions about Facebook ads. If I don't want to use Shopify, what other options are there? Okay. How do you scale ads for a Shopify store? Do you stick with just $5 ads or you raise that budget? All right. Okay, again, anything support can answer. I'm skipping over. Okay, wow. I say ask questions, and you guys asked like 100, so I'm going through these. Okay, it looks like for some reason, it looks like a lot of people are asking about Shopify and drop shipping and e-commerce. So I promise you, I see like 30 or 40 about that. So I promise you we'll spend some time on that since there's like, if that's really what a lot of people have in here. Wow. Judith, thank you. You said the training on Friday was off the hook. You covered so much. Thank you, Judith. Appreciate that. Okay. Looks like we got a bunch of questions. Okay. So since I got enough questions here, let's kind of get started. So here's some of the topics that I see. Okay. Six-Figure Traffic Academy and topics today. We're going to do some questions and answers and focus on the following topics today. Okay, hold on, let me get this spelled right. Okay, so here's some of the topics that I saw. So we're just going to kind of go through, and I'm going to kind of just list these out as bullet points. Okay, obviously we saw Shopify, we saw drop shipping, we saw Facebook ads, we saw like how it ties to membership sites. Like I saw a lot of questions like how does it tie in? Like if I have a Shopify store, if I have this, how does it tie in? There was questions about conversions. I saw people asking how to find products to sell. And then I had a lot of people say like, a lot of people started their questions with the word newbie. So newbie questions, just like getting started. A lot of people want to know what can I do right now? What can I do this month? Stuff like that. I also inside of there saw like a lot of stuff about smart members. That's all kind of in the membership sites. And a lot of cool stuff. Okay, so we're gonna go through these. We'll go through some more, but I can't just do everything. Go through these, and then also let me just do a little plug that tonight, depending on where you are, to be announced, because I'm gonna do it right after. I'm gonna announce this right after this training right now. But tonight's to be announced. I kick off 10 days of training, 10 days of webinar training for my OMG 300 week. Sorry, OMG 300 week. Okay, the website is not live yet, but it will be, and that's going to be omg300.com. That'll start after this webinar. I'm going to go ahead and forward it. So if you guys want to join us, 10 days of free webinar training from OMG 300 week. That's going to be like 10 days of straight training. So it'll be it'll be like daily training, tons of knowledge, tons of tips, plus offer to join my OMG 300 group. So I will be focusing on that. There will be an offer, but whether or not you decide to join, only 300 people will be allowed to join. So I'm not too worried. If you don't want to join, I'm not too worried because I'm sure we'll fill up the 300 spots before the 10 days is up. So it won't really be that big of a deal. I've got a private OMG 300 group that I'm going to be starting, and I'm going to be doing that. Now, I don't ever like to sell on my Six-Figure Traffic Academy calls like this, so I just wanted to plug this, that it's going to happen, but I don't want to pitch anything, go into anything. I don't want to go into any details about this. I just want to say this will be tonight, probably around like 7 p.m. Eastern, probably. Okay, maybe 6:30. I don't know. So that'll be somewhere around then it'll kick off. And I'm going to be doing these on live Hangouts, so we don't need to worry about 1,000 people being on anything like that. So let's kind of get into this. Now, there's something cool. So let's kind of get into this. Let's kind of talk about what's going on. Okay. People ask, why am I in Orlando? Okay, so let me start with that one since I saw like 4 or 5 people ask that. I'm here at the JV Zoo event, JV Zoo conference, which is called Marketing Mayhem. Okay, it's like an annual event. Now, what this event has is like hundreds of affiliate marketers, and it's product launchers as well, and product launchers and JVs. So basically, if you ever wanted to launch a product, you could come to this event and you could meet a bunch of people who are JVs. Now, one of our Six-Figure Traffic Academy members, Chase, has a product he is launching. Okay, so this is an example. Okay, his product is called Shopify app. Okay, so this product basically helps build your Shopify stores easily and effortlessly. So that's his product. So he basically attended our Six-Figure Traffic Academy. He's a Six-Figure Traffic Academy member. He attends these webinars every single week. He comes out and he basically is part of my mastermind. He basically built a product. He had a software product built called the Shopify app. And what this app does is it basically like instantly puts products into your Shopify store. So what happened was he partnered with a JV manager. A JV stands for joint venture. So he partnered with a JV manager who finds the affiliates for him. Okay, the JV manager is Karl Schuckert, who was also my JV guy. Okay, so he was also my JV guy on Smart Member and Dark Horse Profits too. So Smart Member 2 actually, I think, but and Dark Horse Profits 2. So he basically I hooked him up with my JV manager because he had a good launch. So he's launching. And what's cool is that Chase just launched his product today. So this is a real case study. So that's what I want to start with. I want to start with a real case study of Chase and Karl, who are basically just launched this today. And I want them to talk. I've got Karl here with me, and I want Karl to kind of give you guys some feedback and some just kind of talk about the process of, and I want to kind of give Karl some ideas here. So I want to talk about the process of, how was the product developed? Okay. What does it do? Not like in a sales pitch, or just what does it do to give you guys ideas? And then I want to talk about like the anatomy of a product launch. Like go into like, okay, what steps did you do to be able to set up the product launch and stuff like that? And then here at this event, how did you recruit JVs? Like what kind of, and give us some tips. And then also talk about how day one of your launch is going. Now, of course, we're not here to sell anything. So if you guys want to buy this, you'll have to go, find it or whatever and go buy it if you wanted to. But, it's our very own Six Figure Traffic Academy member. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Karl come out and talk about this. Then I'm going to transition, since it's a Shopify app and software, I'm going to transition into actually Shopify. And we're going to talk about Shopify and drop shipping and all this stuff here. So it's a really good segment. A really good segment. You guys are going to get a lot of value from this. So if you ever have wanted to learn how to launch a product, if you've ever wanted to learn how to find affiliates to promote for you, and how to be able to do this and understand the anatomy of it all, here are two members of the Six Figure Traffic Academy who are doing this. They're actively doing this right now. They're going on these trainings with me. They're learning this, and they're taking action on it. So what I want to do is I want to turn it over to, let me make sure that I get him as let me make sure that he is a staff attendee. I don't see him there, so let me make him a staff attendee really quick. Hold on. And did you want to share your screen? If so, I can have you share your screen. Sure. Okay, let me see if I can get you in here. Hold on one second, you guys. I'm going to actually allow him to share his screen. I don't think he was expecting that. Are those notes worth sharing? Or because I can share this document with you. Yeah. Do you want to just come here and sit and do this? Yeah. All right, never mind. I'm just going to have him come on my screen here. Okay, everybody, I want to introduce you to Karl Schuckert. He helped me with the Smart Member 2 launch. He also helped me with Dark Horse Profits 2 launch. Collectively, those have done like nearly $3 million. So he knows what he's doing. And anytime you want, you can pull out the questions here. They can't see that, Karl, but you can see all this. Cool. And scroll down to the bottom. And then anytime that you want, you can just close it, and you can type in here, and you can start a new line down here to be able to talk to them. Okay. So take it away for a few minutes, Karl.
All right, right on, guys.
First of all, in the questions, comments, introduce yourself and say hi, Karl, and thank him for coming out and being willing to share a real-time case study.
Yeah, awesome, guys. Go ahead and introduce yourself. I want to know who I'm talking to. I mean, I've been listening to here, and I'm a part of the Six Figure Traffic Academy, also part of Chris's 7 Figure Traffic Academy, and I also work with Chris behind the scenes on a lot of stuff. And Chris gave me a really great introduction, so thank you, Chris. Thank you for letting me be on your webinar here to speak to over 200 people, and looks like we're getting more and more. So introduce your guys. Oh, awesome! You guys are all over it. Let me go ahead and just kind of read some of these so I can know who I'm talking to. Hey, Karl. And hey, by the way, I'm Karl with a K. So it's Karl with a K. That's how I introduce myself too. They always say like a good way. You got to have like a good icebreaker when you meet people, and you also want to stick out, and you want to make sure that people remember who you are. And the name is like one of the most important things, because people usually, we call each other by each other's name. And in sales too, we learn and we teach that, use the name a lot, because it shows that you're listening and you care. And so it's important to remember that. But Karl with a K, awesome guys. You guys are awesome. Let's see here. I'm an affiliate for Chase. Right on. Kathy, glad to have you on here, and I know who you are. So we've got a bunch of people, someone from Melbourne, someone from, someone's an affiliate for Shopify. Awesome. Another person. Sweet. Julio, Dwayne, Che. Yeah, you guys are awesome. You guys are all over it. All over it. So,
Carl, feel free to tell them how they could be an affiliate.
Okay,
and make money off this if they want to.
Okay, cool. Yeah. If you guys, I'll go ahead and put it on here. Actually, we can probably stick it on or something. Put a link.
You can just put a link here, chat.
You
guys, so listen. This isn't selling anything. This is free. If anybody wants to look at his at their launch and be an affiliate and make money from it, if you want to make money from it, he's dropping a link in the comments. That's com. That's spelled right. He's gonna put a link in the chat right now. So if you guys wanted to be an affiliate, if you guys wanted to make money from it, you could make money from it. So just thought. That way you can learn more about it. Okay. So
awesome. Thanks, Chris. Yeah. If you want to be an affiliate, go ahead and sign up now or sign up after this call. Much appreciated if you are. We've got over $25,000 in bonus cash. We've got bonuses and contests that are available for people that are at all levels, really. We've got a 3-phase launch. And so Chris kind of asked me, he said, hey, do you want to talk a little bit about how to become a JV or like what it's like to be a JV? What are some of the things that you want to do? What are some things that you want to stick out? And just like your name, you got to have like a unique selling proposition on every single thing that you do, even if you're everything. There's sales in everything you do. And so even in being a JV broker, I had to ask myself, well, there's a bunch of JV brokers out there, and how am I going to stick out for these people? And I figured, you know what? I'm going to study my butt off. I'm going to figure out every single thing about this business that I possibly can, like how to build a funnel and how to build offers and how to stick out offers and how to do videos and how to like everything, guys. I mean, literally from nuts to bolts, soup, all the way up. I had to learn this business. And so that's where I could actually come in and help people and kind of stick out in the industry. And so what I want to do is go ahead and tell you one of the first things you want to do is basically make a checklist. All right. And as a JV broker, you want to get yourself behind products. Like for me, my reputation is important. And so when I go out and I meet people, I want people to feel comfortable. I want people to be able to trust me and just back me once they're like, oh, Carl's on this, then I'm definitely going to be a part of it. And so what I look for are products that people need that solve major problems, are very, they're great solutions to time and money, either saving time and money or making a ton more money and saving time. And also that it's like easy to use. So that way it's not like a lot of pain. It's not painful to use the product or anything like that. So just to kind of go through all the things that I've got here. Is the first thing is, like I said, you got to find a product. You got to either build a product. So for me, what I did is I got out there and I built my own product first. That's kind of how I learned the industry, by the way, too, is I built a whole product myself, because if you haven't done it before, it's kind of hard to understand what each process is. So it's a good like module for yourself to go through, is actually to build out a funnel and build out a product so you have a good idea. So what I did is I built a couple of products before I really jumped into the industry. And then after that is for me, like I'm going to be looking at the products, what's the sellability of it? Like, is there a market for it? What market am I in? So the big market for affiliate marketing, like with JV Zoo, is like make money online offers, informational products, and software that actually take care of, like I said, those pain and those pleasure solutions. So the first thing like I said, is you got to make sure it's sellable. What is your unique selling proposition? So for like Shopify app, which is something that Chase put together, it has such a great selling proposition because of what it does. It saves you so much time, literally from, I don't know, the people that are on here, how many people on here have their own Shopify store? Let me ask you guys that question first. Okay. So how many people here have their own Shopify store? And if I get some, just give me a 1. Everybody that has their own Shopify store, give me a 1. And Chris is typing here while I'm talking, so you guys aren't looking at a blank screen. Hold on 1 second. Let me grab my computer real quick. Oh, it's not going to matter, huh?
It's good.
Okay. I just wanted to see the comments. Just want to see how many people we got that are saying they got a Shopify store.
Okay,
one. Tons of people. Right on. Good. So knowing that a lot of people have a Shopify store, how painful is it to grab products from, say, AliExpress or Tmart or DG or DHgate or Tmart, all these different ones that are out there? How painful is it to grab images, and how painful is it to grab headlines, and how painful is it to grab subjects and variants and set up styles and all that stuff? I mean, that's a very, very painful thing to go through in that business. So for Chase, it was easy for him to actually grab a product or build a software based off that pain that happened right there. So that was a unique selling proposition, that he had a product that could do it within 10 seconds. Okay, when you're talking about something that takes you 15 minutes to a half an hour to do, Chase actually solved that problem. So I knew that right away when I saw Chase's product. I knew that right away that was going to be an amazing selling proposition right there on the front end of a sell. So typically, kind of to break off the product a little bit, but typically products that launch in like the JV Zoo space, or even ClickBank, a few other ones out there, they like to have like a lower to mid size entry point into the product. There's this thing called micro commitment, and there's this amazing thing that happens with people when they pull out their wallet. Okay, and so when they pull out their wallet, and if it's a low entry point, it's not as painful for them to get in case they don't like it, right? So they're like, okay, if I don't like it and I don't get a refund, I mean, hopefully the affiliate they're working with has got higher integrity, and they're known, and they have trustworthiness in the industry, but you never know. So it's a low pain point to get into that entry point. Now, once they have their wallet out, the magical thing that happens is it's easier to spend more money. So that's why the whole OTO1, OTO2, and OTO3, and that typically I would never go that far any further in building a funnel out. And in case you guys don't know, that's what a funnel is. And OTO1 is a one-time offer. So you have like one-time offer 1, one-time offer 2, one-time offer 3, and then you can have like what we call down sells in between there. And so that's the anatomy. And usually the third OTO is some kind of continuity offer. And continuity just means like a monthly passive income that could come in from there. And when you pull together, 100 to 200 people, it's that money can add up, and it makes it well worth the affiliate's time to teach and give value to a group of people and help other people grow in the business. So like Chris, he's phenomenal trainer. He's fun to listen to, and he teaches really well. It's like edutainment, I think they call it. He's so good at that, and he's got so much value and information that it's not that big of a deal for people to easily, pay an extra $100, $200, $300, $400, $500, $600 a month, because their return of investment is going to be so high. And it's so important that you have like a mentor. So that kind of stuff is all the stuff that we subconsciously, kind of figure out while we're doing this business. So that, those are the anatomy. That's what you're looking at. You have that. There's a part there though before the OTOs, what we call FE, which means front end. The front end is like, it's like, that's that entry point I was talking to you about. That's why, in this atmosphere, in this business, it's so important to have that entry point, is that it's affordable entry point, because then it's just a lot more people can get into it. And this is the other thing I want to add to that, is that front end entry point, when you're new and nobody knows who you are, like for myself even, and even Chase, not a lot of people know who Chase is. This is Chase's first launch on JV Zoo. Well, for him, it's very important to have a low entry point so that way he can appeal to the masses. A lot more people would be interested in giving him an opportunity to get in there because of that low entry point. Now, once you become known and you become a Chris Record, or you become a Mike Long, or you become a Ty Lopez, or you become any of these big names, they have a lot more authority behind them, and they can charge a little bit more because people know, they value what they say, because they've had so many case studies and so much results happen. So I'm going to get past that part. I hope you guys get it. Let me ask you guys a couple of questions. I know I'm trying to keep it very simple because, if there's any questions or anything I can answer while we're here. Am I live on this too? Am I able to see now? So basically, like if you look at the front end, the OTOs, let me go ahead and check to see how many people here have, let's see here, have the questions answered here. No, that's not it. 1 second. Chat. For whatever reason, I'm not able. Oh, here we go. Sorry. 1 second. Let's see here. Chris, yep. So do you guys have any questions so far about what I'm asking? I just want to make sure before I move on to the next section, I basically just went over how to build a funnel, kind of just went over the anatomy of a unique selling proposition. Yeah, it's not hard because I have a Shopify. Google Doc. I'll ask Chris. I'm sure it won't be a problem. I'm sure he can share that with you. Is interested in tips on approaching JV broker. I'm going to get into that for sure here in a minute.
Hold on, I love sharing, so hold on 1 second. Share. Get shareable link. Anyone with this link can view it. I love sharing, so hold on. Chat. Type message. Entire audience. There you go. Just shared the Google Doc. I'm typing with everybody. Sorry, I stopped typing for a second there because the staff came in trying to clean the room right now while we're doing the live webinar here in the suite. So I'm going to go back, let Carl answer a few more of these questions, and then I'll get back to taking notes here in a second.
Awesome. I got a woohoo! Awesome. All right, guys. So yeah, let me go through a couple of these. It looks like some of you are asking me right now, like about the JV broker and support to our launches. I'm going to actually get into that. I kind of wrote down a couple of my own notes here on the side. That way I can kind of follow along. But, I want to make sure that people like understand that this is a process and it's not necessarily something that happens overnight. You got to develop a product or have a product or have someone that can develop a product for you. It has to be sellable. It has to be something that, like for me as a JV broker, that I can get behind, that I believe in. And so when I go out and I do recruit people, that they can tell that I believe in, I'm backing it. So that's why I'm kind of just going over some of the basic stuff. And it's hard for me to know because obviously sometimes like when you're talking to a crowd that you're not, you don't know everybody, you don't know what level they're at, and you kind of want to be able to speak into everybody's level. And sometimes even too, like just rehearing some of this stuff for whatever reason, sometimes if it's coming from somebody else, like the guy that you always listening to it, you might go into this state of mind where you're not really listening, but you enjoy listening to, and then you hear it from someone else and you get it. So sometimes it's good to even just rehear this stuff over and over and over again. So like for me, like I always want to I'm trying to embrace everything and like I'm almost kind of obsessive with this business because I'm constantly feeding my mind like every single hour of the day that I have a minute to listen to an ebook or something like that. I'm doing it because I just want to be good at what I do. I want, like I said earlier, my reputation is important to me. And I know that's something that's part of the business, but I'm going to get into something pretty big here in a minute. So awesome. Okay. One question that came in, what is a JV broker? A JV broker, it's really a JV manager. What it is a junior venture or affiliate. So that's what a junior venture is, or an affiliate is really just a JV broker really is just an affiliate. And a broker is what they are, is they're like the conduit between you and if say you're a product launcher, okay, the JV broker is a conduit between you and an affiliate. So basically, like as a JV broker, my job is to like nurture and build relationships with JVs. And that's I'm going to really get into some of the stuff, some of the even some of the, I'm not going to say it's complicated, but it's some of the stuff that you want to be paying attention if you wanted to become a JV broker. And these are some of the tips that I think would help anybody. And if you're just a product developer, you don't necessarily need a JV broker if you follow these rules and you follow this thing. So I will go ahead and get into the next thing. So now that you have a product, what do you do with it? Okay, you have to, like I said, you have to be able to build that unique selling proposition. That unique selling proposition has to do with sales, has to do with psychology, has to do with pulling people through a funnel, getting people to buy in. And we talked about that front end entry point. But the other thing you need to have is you need to have nice looking websites that do it. There's some great, there's great products out there. Smart Member has some sales page builders in it that you can use, but you got to have sales copy. This is another position that, I'm not that strong at personally, and I always usually either, I use a service or I hire a copywriter. There's a lot of places to find copywriters out there. I can give you guys one place right now. Can I give it to him? It's his name's Colin. What's Colin's last name? Theriot, and it's Cult of Copy. He's got a group on Facebook. Go become a member. I love studying the psychology of copy because it's really interesting. It's just fascinating to me to understand how words could actually pull people through a message. So copywriter is like one of the most important things to have when you're building a sales, any business, really, honestly. I mean, any businesses out there. And if you wanted to do it on your own, last night I met Colin for the first time here at the JV Zoo event. Ended up having a couple hours, had a drink with him, spent like a couple hours with him, and he just like opened up everything to me. And he told me like, hey, if you've got an offer that's selling bananas, well, someone else has an offer selling bananas. Why don't you go look at their sales copy, look how long they've been around, look at their sales. And then, like, for instance, he said, go to the public library and go to the magazine section from the 50s and 60s and 70s. They have all these different, like, these archives of magazines in every single city in America. And look at the sales copy of like a banana company. If you could find them, then look at the next month and look at the next month after that and look at the next month. If they're buying space, you know their sales copy is working. And that old sales copy works, by the way. That's the neat thing. And then the other thing is that we get this thing called banner blindness, where we see the same pattern over and over again, so then we don't see it. All it really is a circle. So like what you want to like break the grain and do something different on your sales copy, like usually in your headlines and your subject lines in your emails or on your headlines of your website, the stuff that's above the fold. And above the fold is like the stuff that you don't have to scroll to actually see as soon as you hit that site. All right. So now I'm going to go into the next thing is basically have your sales copy, have your email swipe, hire a copywriter to do it for you, or use a service. There's a couple services out there like Scriptall, which is Ben Adkin's product. That's a neat service, but it's expensive. So sometimes just even hiring a copywriter is going to be good, because a lot of these good copywriters too, they're really good. Like they love it, they're in it, they're involved with it, and they know how to pull people through that message. The next thing you want to do is you want to think about, how am I going to recruit affiliates to solve this problem that my product creates? So what I do as a JV broker is I've got a list of like 5,000 to 10,000 people, and in my list I keep notes. I keep incredible notes, but there's ways to find these JV people. Like so for instance, we're selling a Shopify related software or product or app. So where do you think I'm going to find affiliates? I need to find affiliates that are in that niche. So you want to find niche specific affiliates, and I want to work from the top down. Okay, I don't want to work from the bottom up, because those people aren't necessarily going to be able to push traffic to our offer. So I want to work from the top down. Well, where do you find it? Leaderboards. And I learned this from Chris a long time ago, was, where do you find the best affiliates? You find them on leaderboards. So I have like a list of affiliates, and then I also have a list of affiliates that I found on leaderboards, and I put that in their notes. Like, I saw them on such and such leaderboard, or I saw them on so-and-so's offer, and I know what place that they were in. I know how much money that they won, and then I even do more research. I go to their Facebook page, and I see if they have a LinkedIn page, and then I want to get to know these people. Okay, so before I even meet them one day, because I know in my mind I'm going to meet them eventually. I'm going to meet them at some event, or I'm going to meet them online. I'm going to have some sort of icebreaker that I could get into rapport with them. Okay, and rapport is one of the most important things in sales, because people feel comfortable with you when they break into rapport, and they're willing to help you. And a couple of ways that you do it is you got to think of yourself as like the Terminator. Do you guys remember in that scene in the Terminator when he walks into a room and he's like scans the whole room? It's the first Terminator, and he's like, okay, that guy's got a gun. Oh, that guy's this size jacket. I could use that jacket. Oh, this guy's got, there's a cue ball. Like, he scans the room and he finds all these little things that he could use to his benefit, or what I call leverage. It gives you leverage into a conversation. They call those icebreakers. So if you have something that you could come in and you can say, hey, Chris Record, man, I've seen that you've been blowing up in the industry. I saw that you hit Ecom Experts Academy and was #1 in there. How did you do that? And then Chris is like, yeah, people like to talk about themselves. So if you can get them to open up about themselves with you, it's a great way to open up icebreakers and stuff like that. Now, also, you got to know his niche. So like for Chris, I'm like, okay, well, I know that Chris crushes and he does really well at e-com related stuff or drop shipping related stuff. And also, what else does he do? Well, he's also known as a Facebook guru. He's also known as an informational guru. So I know that if I have an offer for Chris, that I wouldn't want to waste his time with something that I don't think is a good fit. So that's some of the lessons on how to do it. So I target about 1,000 JVs for a launch. Okay, my goal is 1,000. Not necessarily going to hit that goal, but it's a good goal to have to do that. Now, the next thing you want to do is you want to find angles for each of those JVs. Now, here's a good way. This is such a good tip. Is like once you know what their background is and you understand what they know or what their niche is. If I can build some kind of bonus, like for Chris, if I had to build some kind of bonus, what kind of bonus would I build for him? Well, you could do discounts, stuff like that. A lot of people do that. But I know that Chris's audience is very engaged with how to use Facebook. So maybe I could have some kind of extra training for him. Maybe I can do a webinar for him. Maybe I can do I can build a little piece of software that's simple that grabs leads from Facebook or grabs leads from websites or something like that. That's just gonna be exclusive to Chris and make Chris think, yeah, I think I could hit that angle with my list, because he wants to he wants to be able to have a return of investment of the relationship and for his list, for his hard work that he's put in that list. So I could actually come to Chris and say, hey, I've got the perfect bonus for you that will just make your list just, eat it up, like love it. So that's a great angle to come in with someone. And the other thing is you need to have a leaderboard and you need to have a contest. Contest might sound silly, but the thing about contest is it's like bragging rights. Right? Like I know Chris is competitive, so I would say, hey man, I think I would probably want to play on that competitiveness that each of your affiliates would have. So I'd say, hey, I've got $25,000 in this contest. $7,000 is the first position, and I really feel strongly that I think you could win this if you bring us some heat. And so what I mean by heat is that you actually go to work. Sometimes a lot of JVs don't necessarily want to go to work. They want everything for them. So you want to have everything for them in case that's the fact. But like Chris, I've seen how Chris handles a lot of his promotions is he actually goes to work. Like he's like, okay, we got an angle now. Now how can I start sending messages to my list? He'll look to see if there's some pre-made swipe. And by the way, if you don't know what swipe is, that's another thing that you have your copywriters pre-write. And what it does is it gives JVs. These JVs are pretty good at writing copy themselves, but it gives them a way to promote for you and think of a message. So they'll look at all of for instance, we have our own pre-built swipe. Actually, let me show you guys. I'm going to show you here on Chris's screen. Can I go to I'm going to show them our JV page. Go through what our JV page.
Tab right there.
Okay. So. Whoops. 1 second, guys. And also, too, let me ask you, while I'm looking for this, let me ask you, are you guys getting this? Give me a number 1 if you like this and that you guys are totally getting it and you want me to continue.
You guys enjoying this? I'm just right here, right next to Carl, just taking notes for you, helping out, stuff like that. I'm just hanging. I figured, let's mix it up and let's talk about product launches since we're at the JV Zoo event out here.
So let me take a look at that, see if you guys are getting it. 11111 Shopify app. Yep. Thanks for putting that up there. Awesome. Also, too, let me see if you have any questions too. Oh, hold on.
Pause that one, yeah.
Sorry about that. So let me go ahead and look. 11111. Does anybody have any questions so far about how to recruit JVs? Continue. Please send me a copy of your list. Yeah, you gotta build the list first. Oh, you want a copy of my JV list? Let's see here. Kill the sound. Of course, I'm going to kill the sound. Is Chris speaking at the event? Which event? The one we were at right now? Yeah. Yes, he did. His speech was phenomenal. Go to his Facebook page.
Actually, no. You guys, I hired a film crew and they filmed my entire speech, and I have it available after this. I'll have it available for you guys on the OMG 300 page. So my entire speech will be available, professional recording, professional audio. I was mic'd up myself. The entire talk will be available on the OMG 300 page tonight as just a replay there. It's going to be awesome. So you guys really enjoy that. I'll get that out to everybody.
Yeah. His speech was phenomenal too, guys. I mean, it was just the transfer of emotions, the transfer of money, even just when you guys watch that, really look for like the way that Chris sold from it. Like he entertained people, he brought people through his personal story, and then he gave away a bunch of money, but also he made I don't know if he really even made any money, but he definitely gave a ton of value. And that's the type of event I want to go to, is where people speak like that. So anyway, how do you fund bonuses for a launch? I'll get into that. I'll talk about that. Actually, I'll answer that right now. You want to make a spreadsheet for yourself. What I do too is I want to get commitments from affiliates. That's sometimes hard to do, but if I can get a commitment from an affiliate, I can do like an estimated front end sales, and then I can also estimate what conversion rates are going to be throughout the funnel. That's a little bit more complex, but it's actually not that hard. I'm a numbers person. I like to crunch numbers. So if I know that I can get anywhere between a 10 and a 20% conversion rate, so that means like for every 10 people, I'm going to get 1 to 2 people buying through the front end, then I can bring them through the funnel, and I could have a pretty good conversions on the funnel. Like right now, Shopify app is having really good conversions throughout the funnel, which is great. So it gives those affiliates higher, what we call EPCs, earnings per click. So let's go here. Kurt's stepped away for a minute. Yeah, let's hear. Chris was amazing. Someone that was here watching you. How much do you pay a broker? So brokers are going to be, they all work different. Okay. Some brokers are going to say they want a fee up front, and that's just what their cost is. Their fee could be $3,000, could be $500, could be $5,000. If it's someone that has a big following, as far as is highly anticipated and highly sought after, obviously you're going to pay more for that person, and that doesn't always necessarily mean that your launch is going to be huge, but it definitely will help your launch because of the connections that they've already built and they have. So that's part of it. The other thing is a broker will usually get a copy of your list, and a lot of brokers will get a percentage. So like I think the industry average is like 10%. So for every $100,000 that comes in, that broker makes about $10,000. And also it's like, what does that broker offer me? And so it just depends. But I hope that answered your question. I can launch Jack your product. You know what? Here's the thing. In this business, there's always going to be competition. Okay? There's always going to be competition. It doesn't really matter which industry you're in. There's always going to be competition. It just doesn't matter. It's like there's enough business out there, even if someone did copy. It doesn't really matter. The industry is large, and if you're someone that's just looking to launch products right away or anything like that, and then leave it alone, that you gotta understand for Chase. Like one thing I love about Chase is he's got a lot of integrity. He, I know him on a personal level. Like I know him well enough to know that he cares about his customers. I know him long enough to know that he's going to continue to build something that's simply amazing. You could launch Jack the way our funnel works, the way our sales, everything that goes, the way the whole thing works. I'd love for you to do that because basically that's just giving me props for building something that was amazing, because I was able to go in and help build out the whole funnel for Chase, because this is like his first launch. But he just had this amazing product, and so I was able to just go in and say let's figure out what our funnel is going to look like. Let's figure out what our sales process is going to look like. Let's figure out what our sales copy is going to look like, and kind of go through that. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and jump back onto where I was at. So everybody here, you guys can see this, right? Correct? Can you guys all see the the website. All right, so looks like you can. Yes, yes, yes. Give me a 1, guys, if you can see the Shopify app JV page. 1 Cool, guys. Cool. Awesome, awesome. And are you guys enjoying this too? I'm going to continue, but are you guys enjoying this so far? Give me a 2 if you enjoy it. Yes, yes, yes. Great. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Awesome, awesome. Love it, guys. All right. So looking at this page, I'm going to just show you. Okay, this is another page that you need to build, by the way. You need to have a JV page on top of having your sales pages and your funnel pages. And on here, you want to make it easy for your JVs to understand what is the product. What is the product? What's the sellability of it? And can I make some money? So on here, you can see right away, it's got headlines. You know the product, as far as the branding goes, it's got the logo like right in your face. On the very top, it's got a like sticky bar that says sales pages. So you can see the sales page. It's got the swipe, has the contest, has the funnel, and has the contact information. So it has like all the information above the fold. So everybody on this page should see a video that's on the left, a little bit of bullet points on the right. They should see, get ready to bank big promoting this one, hottest product and trends for 2016. It's a trendy, hot product right now is e-com, and it's because it's a great business to be in. It's a great business model, and that's why a lot of people will resonate to this offer. So it has a little bit of sales copy, and with JVs, you still need to have some sales copy with JVs, but a lot of these guys they're kind of blind to it because they see so much of it. I mean, it's amazing how many offers on a daily basis are sent into our office every single day. Like, check my product out. Will you promote for me? And I mean, people are out, they're targeting Chris all the time, and Chris doesn't always have time, but he's gonna do his best to take a look at it. So for anybody that's going to look at this, they're going to say, what is this product right away? So they can have a little video. If you notice here on our video, we spent a little money on having an editor and having a film guy, like a little crew of people to actually build it, so that way it feels professional. It seems like a product that's going to have sustainability. It doesn't look like it was thrown together overnight. Right away, get your affiliate links. So someone literally could go right here and go, this is what we call a CTA, a call to action. So right on the call to action, they could get their affiliate links. You want to have that right away, because some JVs, they might have already been, like say they were at this event. Well, for me, I talked to a lot of people and told them what this product does specifically. They don't need to hear anything else. They could just go here and get their links. Some people might just watch the video. After the video, they're like, I'm all over this, because they know their list. They don't even need to read everything. The other thing that's going to stick out is $25,000 in contest cash. What are the dates right under there? So when does the date go on? When's it start? How long does it go? When's it going to close? Again, what's the app? These are usually the same things as in the sales message, but they could quickly read through what this does. They can quickly get a review of the product on here, like how does the product work. We give away to, we'll give to other large JVs. They have to be well known and large JVs, but when they ask us for a review access, we're going to give it to them, because they'll actually do a review for us, and that review actually will mean a lot to their list, because they'll be able to say we've been using this product and this is what we've gotten out of it, and we could not live without it, especially something like this. This is using these other logos here. These are recognizable logos that's in any business pretty much. I mean, Amazon and eBay are huge, and AliExpress is just really blown up in the last few years. An overview of what the funnel actually looks like. So you have the funnel here, which was the 50% commissions. I know they're going to make 50% throughout the funnel. The front end is what we call this is how we did it. It's called the 3-phase launch. And this is something that Devin Zander, he invented, or I don't know if he invented it, but he was one of the first to the market to do this. And what that is that the price increases throughout the launch. It increases every 2 days. That's the 3-phase. There's a 6-day launch. Every 2 days, the price is going to go up until that last day and the doors close. And then the price skyrockets because the value of this product is now so big. So $37 will be like the front end initiation price. $47 is what it's going to jump up to, and $57 in the last 2 days. It's still not something that's going to break the bank to get in there, but it's definitely going to create a lot of urgency and scarcity for someone to make a decision to buy as soon as they land on that page, as long as they understand that. Now, going into there, we called the first version the Pro version. The second version, we called it the Elite version. OTO 2, we called it the unlimited version. And then OTO 3, we called it the Success Club. Now, our downsells, what we did is we broke it down into payments, because some people might see this as like, oh, I really need this. I know I need this, but I really would be more comfortable with starting at like a monthly plan. So we give them that option as a downsell, and then they're going to go into the next upsell and the downsell. Now, on the downsells, when you do 3Pay, it's actually going to cost them more money to get into 3Pay. But think about it, like on the affiliate end, it's going to take them longer to get paid on their commissions, and on the product owner, it's going to take him longer to get paid on his hard work as well. So usually it's going to be a little bit more, and also it gives people more incentive to just buy at the first rate anyway. A lot of people actually click that they're not interested, and then they'll actually click on the next one. They'll just go back and go, no, I'll just pay the full price. The pricing on this is really affordable, though. It's not bad. So go through there. The other thing that we did is we made a mess. This is kind of unique that I did. I came up with this was I wanted to have some kind of case study that I could give to JVs to continue to build my JV list. Now, what I did is I said, you know what? Why don't we build a case study that's a retargeting case study on Facebook and Instagram, where we can actually do something. So what we did is for people that don't buy, we can actually put 2 pixels on each on their. This is a little bit more complex again, but with Facebook marketing, you can actually put in a retargeting pixel that basically allows it lets us know if you purchased the front end or not. And for people that didn't purchase the front end, now I can target that person on Facebook. Now I can have some kind of unique selling proposition for them to come in back into the funnel. And so that's what I did. I actually am creating a case study for it, and I'm giving it away to any JV for free, even if they don't promote. So basically, I'm just using this as another method to create a JV list. I'm going to go ahead and continue to go down. We've got $25,000 up for grabs in our cash contest, 6-day launch, 3-day. Again, just going over how the launch works, and then we break down each contest. We have a 3-phase contest. This is cool because we're allowing teams, but we're not allowing teams on our 3-phase part. So people JVs could make $500 in one day of extra cash if they win that phase. So they have first, second, and third. $500, $350 for second, and $150 for third, going for each day. So it gives JVs incentive too. It incentivizes them because, like I said, they like to be on leaderboards, and it incentivizes them with cash. And it's also like in the middle point of your launch. Usually you get most of your sales in the first day or two. And the last 2 days, or last day especially, that's when sales really comes in, because that scarcity, even the people that are on the fence and haven't bought yet, in the back of their mind, they're thinking about it. I could see myself using this, or I understand why I'm going to need this in the future. So they're selling themselves, and some people will wait till that last day. And even with something with a 3-phase, knowing that, okay, it's going to be an extra $20 if I wait a couple of days, it gives me a couple of days to think about it. And so on that last day, they can go ahead and jump in there and get back into the funnel. And so what we try to do as as launchers is we want to still keep our sales sustainable in the middle of the launch. And sometimes that's why you'll see mid-launch contests. So it's, again, that's just another idea, is having a mid-launch contest. You can have unannounced contest. I think like someone was asking earlier about, how do you know if you're going to pay for them? And I was talking about knowing your conversions and knowing who's going to push for you. But also knowing okay, if I have like this unannounced contest, it's probably going to give people more urgency, or give JVs more incentivize their work. And then the last one is the overall contest. And this is probably one of the most important contests, is the overall contest. You can put more money in it. You can have minimums in there, but honestly, like a lot of JVs don't really like to see minimums unless they're low or very achievable minimums. If you want to put low achievable minimums, do that. That's another way to make sure that you make sure that the launch is going to make enough money to cover the expense of having a contest. So you have like first place is usually the biggest winning. So for ours, we have a $7,000 first place. And that the other thing too is like a guy. Do you think a guy that's going to get first on the 3-phase contest, they'll have the best opportunity to win $7,000? Well, that's going to give them an extra $1,500. So what's that? $8,500 right there. and also allow teams. So if you do allow teams in your contest, what this does is it gives that JV partner incentive to go ahead and recruit another partner with them. So they'll actually go out and go, hey, who else is hitting this? Who else is hitting this product? And do you want to partner with me so we can really go after this prize money and go after first place? And then the next thing is what we call a speed contest. And most speed contests do not allow teams, but we decided in ours, we said, you know what, let's just allow teams, because we wanted JVs to feel like this was definitely attainable for them to get. So you look at this. So the top prize is, first to 500, we'll get 3,000. Now think about this. Okay, you can get a JV in here that just starts stacking these prizes because it's the first two. So someone that wanted to come in here and crush, they could go, okay, I'm going to go get 20. I'm going to get 40. I'm going to get 80. I'm going to get 100. I'm going to get 200. I'll have all of those. They'll be all me. I feel comfortable. I can get that. Well, that's going to add like an extra $15 to $2,000 in their pocket, because they knew that they would be the first to the contest. They knew that they'd be first pushing the contest. And then you've got first to 300, first to 400, first to 500. They're a little bit more spread out there. But with a team, it's definitely attainable. And with super affiliates, super JVs like Chris, if he wanted to hit this, he could. And I know he could hit 500. So he could actually, if he wanted to, he could go and take $7,000 from this easily. So, and that's also too, that's another angle as a JV broker. If say you're midway in your contest, you could reach out to JVs and go, hey, this thing is still wide open, and you could easily crush, another $5,000 out of this if you wanted to. So going back, total grand prize, $25,000. Then we've got our email swipe that we had professionally made. So I could open that up, and it's going to be in a spot where they can easily download this email swipe. So let's look at this one. So we're opening up here. Once it opens up, you'll see this one has a 7 day. So for each day, we're giving them an idea to prep your list a day before. So the first email they get's value driven, value based. It gets them wanting to open up the next one. So they'll send out something that's just hey, this one here, I think is this is what hurts your business most. That's the subject line. And it's when it comes to running a business, what's the one thing that crumbles most entrepreneurs? And then it just goes into workload, right? It's the work that has to go in. It's talking about the pain points. And then it gives them tips. Here's 3 tips that'll help you overcome this stuff. And then talk soon. And then the next one's okay, maybe I was. And then they're what's that? Because this could come off kind of harsh. Some of these are tough love type things. So the next one they see is the next one's maybe I was a little bit harsh. And then it's going into well, let me show you why Shopify app is going to just help you save a ton of money and make more money in your Shopify business. So you're going to pull people through all 7 days. And it's just giving the JV all the sales copy that they need so they can go out and just literally crush this thing. And, some JVs don't want to write sales copy, or they have a sales copy person on staff, and they'll go through it and they'll rewrite it. I always highly recommend that you have that you rewrite it in your style, because if you took this swipe that this copywriter wrote, that might not resonate with their list, but the JV is going to know that. He's going to go through here and add his things, or the way he talks, or his style. So his list's going to know that, okay, I know this guy, I trust this guy, I'm going to get pulled through the message. So does that make sense so far? I know I kind of went over quite a bit of stuff right there. Give me a 2 for all of you that are getting this. Real quick, give me a 2 and that you're getting it. And if you have any questions, let's see. Let me go through these real quick. I have my links. Awesome. How about the sales swipe? Well, I just showed that to you. Do you have a similar template with SmartMember? I don't really make templates. Kind of just start over. I'm showing you what it is. I mean, they could definitely be used as a template, as far as the order that everything goes. But everyone's going to have a different. I mean, this one, me and Chase came together and we just kind of figured out, what we needed where, and we wanted to make it accessible for people. That's why we had that top bar, so they could just click their little links that they could click directly to what they needed.
For the future of SmartMember, we'll be able to build sales funnels like this. So
cool.
In the future, SmartMember, you'll be able to build a JV page like this, a sales page. You'll be able to do the front end, the OTOs, and all of that. So hang on with SmartMember. That's definitely in our queue of things that we're developing.
Yeah, and it's did someone have an issue with the sales page, or you're just saying that's a cool thing the way it's set up? I didn't. It says, hey bro, your JV page is tripping. Is that like it's tripping cool, or is it like it's tripping like something's buggy? Because I'd like to know. Awesome app, thank you. Thank Chase, man. If you guys know Chase, thank him. He's the one that did the amazing job on filling in the gap. Nope, very. What do you mean? I don't understand what you mean by that. So everybody else, what do you guys think of the JV page so far? Does this JV Zoo offer need to be promoted just to our list, or maybe not really see if I see that? Yeah, I mean it could be. I'll show you. I'm going to show you that next. Actually, let's see. So we've got the email swipe right here. Look at this. We made a video. I had my video guy do this little 30-second video. Let me show you guys this video real quick, and I want to see if you guys get it as soon as you watch this. It'll be a little choppy for him, but. So it's probably a little bit pixelated when you saw that, but it's attention grabbing. And let me ask you guys, could you guys get what it was when you saw it?
And they can see it on their own computer since they have the JV link.
Oh, yeah, you guys could totally see it.
If it was too choppy, you could go watch it yourself.
Love it. People love it. Looks great.
It's essentially a side-by-side comparison, just showing how this saves people time, which is, time is money. And so anytime you can do something, if something takes 5 hours, you should be thinking to yourself, if a task ever takes like 2 hours or 5 hours, your first thought should not be, dang, this takes forever. Your first thought should be, wow, I should look into creating a solution to do this in 5 minutes instead of 5 hours, because then everybody would want to buy that. And that's exactly what Chase did. Chase saw, man, this takes forever. Let me just build software to do it in just minutes. And that's what he did. Now he's got a side-by-side video showing exactly how powerful it is.
Yeah, and so this video here, anybody can use this video on their own site. They can use this. They can download this video and start doing Facebook ads. One of our JVs wanted us to make a video, and this is where I came up with the idea of doing a side-by-side comparison, because you only have 30 seconds to grab someone's mind, and they're going to do like YouTube videos. So someone that doesn't have a list right now could grab this video and start pushing traffic with their link right from YouTube if they wanted to. It's very easy. It grabs people's attention. They get what it is right away. And you could easily, because in our sales copy, everything we've done is getting right now about a 15 to 20% conversion rate. So if you send 100 clicks there, you're going to get 15 to 20 people into a funnel. That's amazing. So I'll go ahead and keep going through this. The next thing you want to do is you want to get banner swipe. Why do you want to get banner swipe? Well, like a lot of people in this business, they have a like if you have a smart member site, for instance, that has blogging and stuff, you can put ads on the right-hand side. If you have tons of traffic going to your blogs, you have a blog network or something like that, you could easily just pop these banners in. If you're part of like a Shopify community somewhere, you can pop these banners in and you're going to get clicks to that site, to your offer. Basically all you do too, so you can see, is right here it has a code. This is what's called a GIF. And you see how it like blinks like that. So we had a professional, and also, so we used $20bannerads.com. And I think like the whole thing was like maybe $200 to make all of these banners for us. So you go through and you have all these different resized banners that fit like headers and right-hand, left-hand side banners. And all you do, if you look right here, see where it says your affiliate link? That's where you stick your link. You just replace this part with your link. Very simple. You just replace your part with that link right in there. And then you just copy this whole thing. So if I wanted to stick this on a site, I would just copy that and I would paste that right into the area of the ad in my site, being whatever it may be. It could be WordPress, Smart Member, whatever. Easy to put that in there. Then you've got we added animated GIFs. I mean, we did a lot of stuff that a lot of people don't even do. Like we were like, how can we go over and above the affiliate? And in my mind, I'm thinking, the affiliate's lazy. He's not going to do all this. He's just going to say, my list trusts me. He's going to make this. He's going to use maybe my swipes, my email swipes, and then basically he's going to rewrite it, and that's it. But some of them want to, like, if the guys that really do well, I think they understand capturing the imagination. So they could actually take these GIFs, see these animated GIFs, see how they're like moving on their own. These are like images that have that neat thing that's showing you what it does. So in the sales copy, this literally could be put into emails, websites, whatever they want to do. We have a lot of JVs that actually like to build. They'll build out JV bonus pages where they add like a stack of bonuses to just because they know that it's going to be competitive and like a good offer. They have to stick out among the other JVs. So how can they stick out? They can find bonuses that they own. They can use white label products. They can use something that is going to give them that competitive advantage over the next guy. And in their list, hopefully the people will say, look, I know I like this product and I like my JV, but what are you going to give me on top of that? They might have training, like I said, on top of it. Anyways, just help. So they can use this to build their bonus page to help paint the picture on their page. And a lot of times what they'll do is they'll like make it congruent or make it very similar to the next page. So it doesn't feel like a click over. And it still has that same page. And the other thing I see a lot of people do is they'll have like a review of the product, and then they'll have like, here's our unbelievable stack of bonuses that no one can do. And then they'll have their buy buttons and stuff like that in there, or their links. Then the next thing is having your contact information. And it's very key to have contact information for Skype and Facebook and email. Okay, and the reason why I say that is because not everybody is on Facebook. Yeah, Facebook's huge, sure. And most JVs and affiliates live on Facebook, but not all of them. Okay, it's a global world. The world is flat, and not everybody is using it, but a lot of people are definitely using Skype. And so what I've noticed is that the guys that aren't using Facebook, they're using Skype. So you need to have that line of communication between both of them. And then I always try to get their phone number. Like if I end up in an event, I know they're going to be there. I could call them personally and be like, hey, dude, what are you up to? Let's get together and have a couple of cocktails and catch up, because I want to build a relationship with them. And I'm a real person. I'm a people kind of person. And I know a lot of these guys are. So, we want to help each other out. Especially you want to help your friends out. Like you want to help your friends be successful in their business no matter what. So kind of go through there. And then on the down here on the very end, it's important to have some rules. It's important to have like an earnings disclaimer, privacy policy, those kind of things, because there is fraud in this business. You have to protect yourself. When it comes to like approving affiliates to sell the product for you, you want to make sure you know them. Like if I see someone that's coming to me that says, Carl, I want to promote your product, but I've never met you before. It's hard for me to trust you that you're legit, because of the fact, unfortunately, the fraudulent and the scams that are out there has made this world like that. So you kind of have to protect yourself. Like in America, we all lock our doors. It doesn't mean that someone can't break into my house. They can go around back probably and break into my house, but the door's locked, and it's just like, it's just that layer of the protection. But there's ways to get through. The best way to get through to me is like, go to Facebook, message me, say, I saw you over here. Or I did this, try to create like conversation, and then say like what you're going to do. Like, tell me like, hey man, I know I'm new at this, but this is exactly what I'm going to do. I've budgeted $500. I'm going to do YouTube ads for you, and I'm just going to see how I do, and whatever happens, happens. And hopefully we make some money together. Like something like that would mean more to me than like me looking to see that you're asking to be able to offer this, and you've got like 25 sales or something like that, and another thing is JVZoo recently, they actually allow me to see now your refund rates, and they allow me to see how long you've been a member. So I'm going to look at those things and think, is this person legit? The other thing that like Chris has taught me is like, USA's doesn't have as much fraud, like the UK doesn't, but then there's places in the world that has a lot of fraud, and you just have to be extremely careful about actually letting those people in. Doesn't mean that everybody's that way. I'm not pointing any fingers or anything like that. I've gotten people in those areas that have 5,000, 15,000, 20,000 affiliate sales. And so that's huge, man. That's a big deal to me. On that area. So let me go ahead and take a kind of a breather for a second, and ask you guys another question. Are you getting this? Does this excite you guys? Do you guys see how this comes together? Do you see how, there's a lot of work. There's a work, guys, it takes about a month just to put this together, 2 months sometimes to put all this stuff together for people, because you want to be ready. You want to be prepared. It's like, if you're playing football and you're not a championship football player until you put in the work. If you want to become a boxer or a fighter, you're not going to walk into the ring and start winning fights. You got to train. You got to understand the whole game of it. And then you got to go and get in shape, and then you got to go train. You got to find coaches and mentors of people that are going to build you up to become a championship fighter or ball player. So let me ask you guys, are you getting this? Give me a yes, yes. Give me a 1. Give me that you're loving this stuff. I noticed my attendance has not gone down. In fact, it's gone up. So it's definitely lets me know that you got people that are enjoying this, getting some stuff out of this. Awesome. So cool to hear that you guys are saying that. I'm glad you guys are loving it. What else could I tell you? Okay, so some other things I know that you guys were asking about was how do you recruit? So we can talk about that a little bit more in depth. Now that you have your offer, you have your sales funnel built, you've got the software built or the information product built, or make money online type of thing. You have that all taken care of. You've got your T's crossed, your I's dotted, and now you can go after JVs. And like I said, we've done everything we could to make it appealing as we possibly could for JVs, especially because, like I said, nobody really knows who Karl Schuckert is, and nobody really knows who Chase Bowers is yet. So we've done everything on our end to do that. Now, what's the missing link? The missing link is the actual people, the people that own the list. People that have anywhere from 5,000 people on their list all the way up to hundreds of thousands of people, maybe even millions of people on that list. And so those people are the people that we're targeting. And I told you earlier a little bit, like I pay attention to leaderboards, and this is stuff, guys. I learned this from Chris himself. I also learned this from Andrew Ironman Graham. Ironman, that guy's given me so much advice, like how to handle certain situations. Because the other thing is that, like the emotions, the stuff that everybody carries different emotions. Some people have egos and stuff like that in this industry. And so people need to be treated a little bit differently. So it's good to, take mental notes, like what do they like? What do they dislike? What makes sure, to say, sometimes I put my foot in my mouth and I say dumb things, but that's okay. We're human. We do that. And that's okay. I'm going to continue to try to build that relationship with them. And so I take mental notes about who's what, if they're finicky about certain things, they have dietary needs, simple things like that. The other thing is what I'm very, very big on is knowing, like, going to events, okay, pre-planning my events. So another thing I learned from Chris is that, like I think at the end of the year, we got together, we had a meeting, me, him, and Andrew and Brian. We got together and we said, okay, let's look at the calendar for the whole year. Let's look at all the events that are going on that are going to have, like, other people we know and other JVs that we want to continue to build upon relationships with. And so we were looking like, okay, what's the next event? Like, Chris is going to Becker's event here. He's going to be like the keynote speaker there. So we, definitely want to try to go there. We want to go to, traffic and conversions. Me and Chris went to traffic and conversions. It was amazing. I made amazing connections with people I've never met before, and are now promoting for us. Okay, I knew that I wanted to go to JV Zoo event. Why would I want to go to the JV Zoo event? Because I know that there's going to be a lot of JVs here, and a lot of these JVs here are coming here specifically to network with people like me. So it's a win-win-win for all of us. We all want to come together, and we want to do business with like-minded people, and continue to grow our business. Because, after all, I mean, sure, the relationships are great, but after all, we also have to feed ourselves. We have to feed our family, and we want to grow a business. Most of the people on this call, I would probably bet, how many people here are entrepreneurs by heart? Like, how many people here are driven by pleasure over fear? Give me a 1 for all the people that are entrepreneurs and that are driven by pleasure. 1. Oh, tons of 1s. Yeah, totally. Yeah, that's great. So, like, for us, it's a simple thing. Like, we're driven by pleasure, but you know what? 85 or 90% of everyone else, they're driven by fear. They're afraid of what could happen versus what can, not being motivated towards what can happen. And they're worried about I can't do this, and we're thinking about how can we do this stuff. So that's like the motivational factors that we have together. And what's so cool about these events, guys, is that you get yourself in a room with people that are like-minded, and like ideas perspire, and like you get together, and like the creative juices that you don't even like. I was like listening to myself talk to people, and I was like coming up with these ideas, and their eyes were blinking, going, "What? That's it. That's what I've been looking for." And it's just an amazing thing that happens when you get around other like-minded people. And they always say, your network is your net worth. I believe in that. It's because those people will bring you up. And there was a part in Grant Cardone's 10X book. He talks about reaching up, and that's kind of what happens at the event, is that you're actually reaching up to these people. And then the other thing is that a lot of them, they just kind of open up if they like you. Like, if they'll open up, like Colin, like he like opened up. I was amazed. He's like an amazing copywriter that doesn't do copyright anymore, but he helps like people find copywriters. He like opened up like in a book, and we were talking about like televangelist, like how like their mailers that go out, like their stuff is just crazy copyright. And he goes into like how like the headline's written, and then there's like a little story, and then there's like a call to action, and then there's like, well, if you don't make a call to action, then you need to burn this or something like that. So like it's just amazing how that stuff works. And I find that stuff very, very, very fascinated on how that does. Now I'm going to end this and give this back over to Chris here real soon. But one thing I'll leave you guys with is like, how do you find someone to do this? Like someone to build these sales pages out for you. It's not something that you may have the skills to do. So like, you can go and hire someone on Upwork to literally build all this stuff out. The biggest thing I learned too, guys, my first JV Zoo launch kind of failed. I mean, it did all right, but it kind of failed because I didn't really know anybody. And also I put all the work on myself. It took me personally 6 months to do all this stuff when it could have been done in about a month. It could have been done probably in a couple of weeks if I had a big amount of people, like a team. So like Chris has a team of people, and he works incredibly hard himself, but he has a team of people that work hard, so that way they can be geared up and ready for the customers to come in. Because on the back end of everything like this, you do have commitments, you do have customers to fulfill, you have training, you have a lot of stuff that you need to fulfill and continue to develop in your business. So like Upwork is probably the number one place that I go. And I use Fiverr a lot. I use a lot of different softwares out there that will help make marketing messages and stuff like that. Like graphics and stuff like that you'll get. And it's funny because like last minute, we had a couple of JVs, great JVs. They're promoting and crushing this right now. That all came like last minute. And last night, like me and Chase were in the hotel room. Chase is already home, and we're in the hotel room, and they're like, "Hey, we need our own unique bonus, pretty much, or we're not going to promote, and we need an angle." And so literally, we had to like spend Chase spent the whole night, didn't even get any sleep, the whole night figuring that out with them, and then we got them, and now they're crushing, and it's just amazing how these things come together. But before I get off, and I'm going to end it here soon, but before I do get off, let me ask you guys, do you guys have any other questions about this and that I can answer while you have me here? Superpreneur, right on. Driven by cigarettes and whiskey. That's funny, Andrew. Andrew Colkin is saying that. Had the lemonade stand when I was a kid. Cool. How do you promote somebody's product knowing that their support is terrible? Well, for me, I like to get behind it. Okay, again, my reputation is important to me. So if their support is terrible, I might reach out to them and say, "You got a phenomenal product. I just don't like your support. Can you fix it?" And if they can't convince me, then it's hard for me personally to actually support them on that. So that's just how it's hard for me to get behind that if I don't believe in it. Keep going. Any other questions? So a product creator will create a bonus for a super affiliate. Yeah, totally. Exactly. You want to build an angle for them. That's why you would do that. Can you use SendGrid via Smart Member to email? Yes, you can. Where do you get those funnel graphics on your sales page? We hired someone on Fiverr, believe it or not, to make most of those. And actually, one of them I actually built with a software called Usign. Wrap it up. Affiliate requests are doing something weird. Oh yeah, I will get to that. Chase, I'm about to wrap it up right now. I'll get that answer to you. Yep. All right, Chase. All right, so Chris, you want to take it over from here? Thanks, guys. You guys rock.
All right, everybody. Thanks. Thank Carl for coming on out. His name is Karl Schuckert. Let me go ahead and show you how you can follow him on Facebook if you guys want. It is Karl Schuckert. I don't even need to do that, but it's just Carl. I'll spell it here.
I think it's K Schuckert at the end of Facebook.
It's what's the username? It's Karl Schuckert right here. People are asking. Karl Schuckert, just like that. Just do a search for him on Facebook. I'm friends with him. You'll find him. Okay, so you guys, we've just spent an hour and a half. We went over a lot of cool stuff. We did the anatomy of a product launch. You guys have this entire list here. I would like to take this recording and get this on the group. Did you guys? Let me just quickly jump in. Did you enjoy today's training? Did you guys enjoy this? We covered so much. I almost feel like I don't want to switch topics too much right now. Plus, I've got OMG week starting tonight. So let's look at let me see some of this feedback. Carl, people, just letting you know, people are loving this. There's like 100 comments of people saying this is extremely good, extremely informative. So listen, you all have the notes. I'll post the notes. Let me post a couple things in the comments again, real quick. Here's the notes from today's talk, and here is the JV page. So listen, nothing to buy, you guys, unless you guys want to go buy Shopify app. If you buy it, don't even just buy it directly. I'm not putting together a big bonus. I'm not doing a big promo for it. But if you like supporting other Six-Figure Traffic Academy members, feel free to go buy it. I personally use it. I think it's a great app. I love it. One of my favorite things about the Shopify app is this. When you go to AliExpress, just one of my simple and favorite things, it's like a real simple thing about the Shopify app is when you go to AliExpress like this and you search for something, like let's say you're looking for like fishing lures or something like that. Oh, sorry, it's fishing minus lure. Let me go ahead and type in fishing plus lure. Okay, so if you're like going in and looking for something, it shows you the price, right? Like US $331, US $399. But the problem is you only really want to do this deal if it has e-packet. So see, even though this is US $331 for this product on here on AliExpress, even though it's $3.31, when you come down here and you do shipping, and you look at these different types of shipping, it's confusing. Like this USPS, this is US $199. So I would actually do this. This specific item ships from the United States, but it's $331, so I probably wouldn't do it. But this specific item ships from the United States. Let me give you a better example. There's a lot of items that don't ship from the United States. So let's see if I can kind of come in here and find one that does not ship from the United States. Okay, here's one right here. I think that'll be good. So anytime you come in and you find a product, you go down to shipping, and the big thing is you got to look at the prices. So look at these prices here. $22, $24 in shipping, or you can wait up to 40 days and get free shipping, up to 40 days. So look at how expensive shipping is on this fishing lure, right? So you wouldn't want to do this deal. Even though it's really cheap, $3.80 for 5 pieces, you wouldn't want to do this deal. What you would want to do is you would want to look, and the app is going to automatically pull up what's called e-packet. E-packet is your shipping. So see this one right here, this is $3.99 plus it's $1.71, okay? Look at this, $2.44 shipping, $2.84 shipping. So one of my favorite things is this simple little Chrome extension that comes with it. This is one of the things that I use a lot with it. It'll tell you whether or not a product has e-packet. So I just thought I'd say that. So listen, the maid is cleaning, vacuuming in the next room. They need to vacuum this room. So we've gone for an hour and a half. I think that is our cue to end this. So I just want to say, stay tuned on this link here. Let me go ahead and show it to you. I'm going to spend the next hour or so and put up this page right here, OMG 300. It is going to be a page, and I'm going to start doing daily Google Hangouts on that page. I'm going to bring out this week. I'm going to bring out people that teach you how to rank YouTube videos, and on the first page of Google and YouTube in the same day. They're going to show you a YouTube video strategy for ranking. We're going to talk about Shopify and Amazon. Liz is doing over $1 million, has done over $1 million in a single month on Amazon. She's going to break down exactly how she does it. We're going to break down how that works with Shopify. Mike is going to come out as well. We're going to talk about SEO. We're going to talk about how to sell smart member sites. We're going to talk about how to resell all of these products that you've purchased, all of the software you've ever purchased. I'm going to teach you how to resell it how to find people that want to pay you to do stuff, and you're just going to use software to do it. And my goal is that I'm going to train the heck out of you for 10 days straight. Every single day, I'm going to come to you from like a different city in the United States as I travel. Every single day from a different city, I'm going to train the heck out of you. It's going to be awesome. And I'm going to create one long sales page at OMG 300 that's going to have like 20 training videos on it, and it's going to have an offer to join OMG 300 with us. That offer is going to be good for 300 people. And whether it takes a day, a week, or all 10 days, doesn't matter. And it's going to be only good for 300 people. And tonight I'll break down how good of the price it's going to be and how good the deal is going to be. It's going to be awesome. And this is what we're going to call player coaches. I'm going to bring out, there's literally going to be, you guys are going to think this is crazy, but you're going to have access to 12 player coaches. So you're going to have access to, depending on what it is you're looking to do, you're going to have access to a different player coach. So if you're looking to do something on Shopify, you're going to have access to Shopify training. If you're looking to do something on Amazon, you're going to have access to a coach on Amazon. SEO, you're going to have access to a coach on SEO. Selling to small business owners or entrepreneurs, you're going to have access to a coach there. Affiliate marketing, you're going to have access to a coach there. You guys, it's crazy. Literally 12 player coaches. This has never been done. No one's ever done this. We're going to do it as a sample. We're going to call it OMG 300, and I'm going to do it for 300 people. And to create a unique selling proposition for that offer, even if you don't join, you are going to learn more in the next 10 days than you probably learned in the last 10 months. That's how intense this is going to be. This is going to be very, very, very amazing. So join us, OMG 300, tonight, probably in a handful of hours. We're going to kick it off. Look, study your email inbox. Watch it closely like a hawk for emails from me. And if you're in the Six Figure Traffic Academy, you guys, you know the value I already give. So you know it's going to be ridiculous. It's going to be ridiculously awesome. So with that being said, I just wanted to say, first of all, congratulations to Chase Bowers, one of our own Six Figure Traffic Academies who launched the Shopify app today. Congratulations to Karl Schuckert for giving an amazing training on exactly, you know, how all of this stuff works, the anatomy of a product launch, and going through everything that he's doing. And congratulations to each of you for taking time out on a Monday to be here. You guys, it's pretty awesome that we do this all the time. So again, you're going to go to OMG 300 tonight. The page will be up in about, give me about an hour or so. I'm looking to put it up right now. So give me about an hour or so, and that should be up. Maybe 2 hours. We'll see how fast I can get it up. And with that being said, I appreciate each and every single one of you. Every single Monday, 3 p.m. Eastern. Lock it in your calendar. Lock it in your phone. We're going to keep doing this. The webinar replay should go up in about 2 hours or so. Okay? So with that being said, I got to go. The maid service is going to clean up the room, and I'll catch you guys inside of the Facebook group. Peace out.